Hey people, what's up? It's Boop. It's Boop. Yeah, my face or whatever. I'm not sure. Uh, it's gonna be showing. This is my first YouTube vid. I'm happy to. This is my first YouTube vid. I can't believe I am excited to start a YouTube channel. But today video is gonna be about criticism versus slander. This is a topic that I have been wanting to talk about for a while, which is funny because I've been stalling a lot for a video. I always wanted to make a YouTube channel, but I never had any ideas or topics. But this is perfect because I wanted to talk about this. And criticism versus slander is one of the things I want to talk about. Criticism to me is the ability to where, let's say you notice a flaw or something in the story, you can like say something like, oh, let's say for example, a story you're reading or a series you're watching or reading. If you notice something, you can say, oh hey, this isn't right or this doesn't seem right. This could get improved if the author or creator does this. That's criticism to me, where you can express your opinion to which you would think something needs to be improved. Nothing wrong with that. Everyone can have an opinion. Everyone should have an opinion, because if you don't have an opinion, it's kind of like, how do you enjoy anything if you don't have your own opinion? But criticism needs to be constructive sometimes, or just criticism needs to be criticism. Because there's sometimes where people say this is trash or this is bad because blank blank blank, but they never answer why it's bad or anything. Criticism needs to have a reason, because if you don't have criticism, you're just being nitpicky about it. Once again, I don't think there's nothing wrong with being nitpicky, but again, that can be real annoying when you're complaining about something and you're not really giving any reasonings or any reasonable reasonings. This is when slander comes into play, because slander to me is not criticism. You're not saying what needs to be improved. You're just saying the same thing over and over and over, thinking people would thinking people will think, oh hey, that's criticism. No, that's just someone hating. I don't like to use that word because it just seems off. Doesn't roll right off the tongue, right? But slander is just where, let's say, I'm probably gonna use One Piece a lot because I love One Piece. If anyone knows me, I enjoy the series. I read it and watch it. Let's say people will for Oda. People say Oda paces things sometimes too slow. He's going too fast. He's going too slow with the story. When are we gonna get anywhere with anything? Or it's too slow. When are we gonna? Or it's too fast. It's like, whoa, can we slow down a bit? I want to enjoy the story, not just get right into fights, over clashes, and big reveals. Those are criticisms to me. Those are what people. Those are like people saying that, oh hey, that needs to be improved. Whoa, camera went out of focus, and those are criticisms. That's perfectly fine. Have an opinion of your own, because again, that can be something that can be improved. But slander, on the other hand, is, let's say Oda's pacing is completely fine. Any pacing is completely fine. People are still saying it's bad, it's trash, it's horrible, it's always going to be slow. Well, it's kind of like, I don't see what's wrong with the pacing here. The pacing seems reasonable. We're going at a story at a good rate. We're getting more into reveals. We're getting story or world building, for a better word, better. We're getting things that are building up the story towards the climax and the overall world in a whole. And I feel like there's nothing, and this is when slander starts coming into play with criticism, especially with these recent Wano chapters, because a lot of these recent Wano chapters are making people saying One Piece is trash. It was always trash. It stopped being good. Pre-time skip. It stopped being this and that. And I feel like comparing, let's say, comparing any anime series to, let's say, it has a time skip, to a pre and post time skip is not really a good idea, because the whole point of a time skip are for things to change or develop or to differ. That's what a time skip is meant for characters to grow in their own way, get stronger, and stuff like that. It's for characters and writing to get better. I feel like we can't compare two different things where pre-time skip for One Piece was where Oda was developing the story as he went and stuff like that. Sure, you could say he had plans out and stuff, but pre-time skip was mostly for adventuring and was different for a reason. Now post, people are saying it's just the pacing's been horrible. There has been no character growth or development like pre-time skip. The Yonko don't seem threatening anymore. The big bad people in the One Piece universe don't seem threatening anymore. Pre-time skip captured that beautifully. I feel like that's wrong, because post-time skip, Yonkos are still a threat. Just because they get their gag moments, they get written horribly. That's not just because they're trash. That's how Oda's writing them for a reason. And characters in the post are developing and changing in a way. I don't feel like you can just look at it straightforward like, oh, there has been no changes. There has been no anything at all. Because I feel like there are things going on, and if you just kind of look at it as straightforward type of thing, it's not going to work out. Because One Piece isn't just some shallow series where you could just skim the surface and you truly enjoy it. You have to get immersed, and you have to dive. You have to like get in there. You have to dive a bit for you to enjoy One Piece. And if you don't, I feel bad for you, because that's not what One Piece is about. I feel like One Piece is about a story where you should take your time reading it, analyzing every single chapter to catch the little hints or details, or just look at the characters. That what makes One Piece for me is the story, the characters, even the smallest of details. And when people say like they're gonna drop One Piece or they're gonna drop a series, they're just doing it for bait, or they're just lying to themselves. Because no reasonable person is dropping a series because most people who are into One Piece has been a part of their lives for a while. They've been reading it for a while, or watching it if you're into the anime for a while, and it doesn't make sense if you're willing to drop it just because a few chapters have been decent or bad. There's no point in that, because again, not every single chapter is going to be a 10 out of 10 or chapter of the year. It honestly shouldn't be. But though what makes those chapters great is when we get built up to it, and we get built up and slowly connect it to when we get that chapter. It's gonna be amazing. Oh man. But yeah, I feel like One Piece shouldn't just be, first off, I'm so sorry guys if you're gonna have to like deal with this like light in my room. It's like the only light I have in my room, and like this is the best I could get it positioned. But that's what it's just to me, is that I don't feel like you should call a chapter trash just because it doesn't meet your I'm not gonna say expectations. I'm gonna say it just because the things you wanted to happen didn't happen. You shouldn't call Oda trash or anything trash because you didn't want it to happen, because you're placing your wants and desires over the actual story, and that happens so many times. So let's say Zoro doesn't get a fight, or Zoro doesn't appear in a chapter, it's trash. Or he doesn't appear in a chapter, it's trash. Oh, a Yonko didn't do this, Kaido didn't do this, it's trash. I don't think it's trash. It's just because Oda made it happen, not for a reason. Seriously, it's getting to a point where it's not criticism anymore. People are just calling One Piece trash, average now, over a few chapters and a few things that didn't happen for them. And sure, I said opinions should be listened to, or you don't have to listen to them, but should be respected at least. But come on, guys, we are this deep into One Piece, and out of nowhere calling it trash and crap like that over a few setup chapters. I can deal with the setup chapters because to me, setup chapters are a necessary of One Piece. If you don't have them, that's not really One Piece. It's just a messy story. And One Piece is the biggest enough story already. So if you don't get set up to anything or foreshadowing, then it's kind of like that what takes away One Piece's charm. I probably did more ranting more than like explaining things. So I'm just clear things up. Criticism, you can say something about something, give your opinion about it. It could be which should be like, oh, it needs to change or something like that. No big deal. Slander is where you're just calling something trash because it's like, oh, this didn't happen, or you're just being a troll about it, which kind of sucks because we need more. I'll be honest. There's times where this community does need more like people to, review it and stuff like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it should be not like that way because again, everyone should have criticized One Piece because it's not a perfect story, but that what makes a story is that it's gonna have mistakes. It's not gonna be this pure perfect gift from the heavens. I'm using that light as the heavens, or the roof, the ceiling as the heavens. I don't feel like it should be that way because again, it's just that's not how it works. I don't feel like that should how it works. Slander is pointless. It just causes toxicity. I don't know how to say that word. God, like I'm bad at English. I'm bad at English and speaking it. So sorry guys. But slander should not be a thing because it only becomes more toxic over time to where anyone that's trying to actually have a decent conversation or just a conversation about a series they love, all it takes is one person to say it's trash. Then, oh man, the pack, it starts surrounding them around the people who like it and says, oh, you like One Piece? It's trash now. It's mid now. I don't know how can you like this garbage? That's how it's becoming, where people are just hopping on the train to hate One Piece. And the one thing that always is funny to me is the second Oda does something amazing in a chapter, or like this, people start praising Oda to Goda again. It's like, wait, weren't you just saying Oda was trash for the longest? And now you're hopping on Oda's train just because something happened of what you wanted to happen? Like, come on. Everyone wants something to happen, but some others know how to do it where it's like, I want this to happen, but I'm going to think of the story and everything else first rather than my own personal needs. And the one thing that always kills me is where people can say, I could write something better than Oda. Yeah, I'm going to say, it's not impossible to write something better than Oda. Oda isn't, we call Oda Goda, but he's not an absolute God. It's not like someone can outright him or anything. But it's stupid to say just because it's bad, just because he does something bad, you can just improve on it. No, I'm betting half the people who say that, if you legit wrote a story, if Oda gave you a chance to write something, most people will probably not even look at what you wrote because you wouldn't probably make characters like Oda could or anything like that, or like something close to Oda. And again, I hope I'm not trying to wank him off, but again, that's just a pointless thing to say. Again, it's like people like saying things just so they can bait people or just be a horrible troll. Or it's like you never enjoy the series if you look at it just this negative point of view. It surprises me people who do that because like I don't know how you can enjoy One Piece because if something big happens, like, it's whatever. What happened to the One Piece spirit? Man, if I have to tell you how many times I get hyped for a chapter and need it to be decent, or if the spoilers seem mid, I'm gonna still go in and be happy and hyped. And even if it's a mid chapter, it's still gonna be good to me. Like 7 isn't a bad rating. It's still average. It's still readable. I don't know why people flip over a 7 where it's like a 7 is still like readable. I hope everyone knows that. It's still readable and it's still enjoyable somewhat. My first vid. This was probably more of a rant, if I'm honest, guys, rather than like, if I'm honest, this is probably more of a rant. And and it's kind of odd for you guys to see my face already, but it's kind of like I really want to make a video and stuff like that. I don't really know how to I don't know how to do any of this. So, and I'm having people in the server Discord help me. Thanks for people, and thanks for the people who are helping me or giving me advice. This has been Boop, guys. Stay tuned for future content. This is my first vid. I was happy to make it. Stay awesome, people, and have a boop-tastic day. Ooh.